Hello everyone, I'm Hilary Chin. Thank you all so much for coming and watching my lessons. Today I want to show you how to use Google Sheet to design Kobotoolbox forms. Okay? Previously we did part 1 right up to part 5 showing you how to use Excel to design this form. So what we are going to do is just take that same concept into Excel and transfer it in Google Sheet and use the link from Google Sheet, connect it with Google and with Kobotoolbox system, and then generate the form. This is very, very good and also very important to learn. One of the gaps you must understand within organizations is the inability to manage data. Every organization, every company, they manage data, they generate data every day. Organizations who are selling, those who are implementing projects, they generate data every day. Now, the ability to manage this data is a very, very important advantage that every organization needs to have. And as a Cameroonian, as an African, globally, you must understand that these are some of the key skills that you need to be able to stand out in every organization and company. Currently in Cameroon, Africa, we have limited data scientists, limited information managers, and also limited middle officers who have this capacity to design or build systems that can manage data. Of course, that is why we are bringing this to you. If you have not watched or subscribed to New Tech, please do well to subscribe. And if you are watching from Facebook, follow me to YouTube to see the full version of this video. Thank you very much, and let's jump in. Yes, so if you look at our previous video that we did using the same form, which is Excel, this is Excel, and you saw that we had to build from part 1 right up to part 5. And this is the full form that we designed here according to this video, okay? And then here you have the choices, you have the setting, and under the survey here you have the type, the name, the label, the required appearance, calculations. We did some relevance, we did constraint messages, and we did choice filters. Okay, these are all different elements of this form. And if you want to understand this more, you go by the end of this video. We are going to pin all the videos there and also on the comment section of this YouTube channel. Okay. And then here we have choices. Under choices here, you have the list name, the label, the admin one, admin two, according to this particular form. And you have all these other items. Like I said, if you want to understand all this perfectly well, just go to the comment section of this YouTube channel. You will see part 1 right up to part 5 of this video on how all this was designed. But today, I just want to remove all this. I'll transfer all this information as it is to our Google Sheet, okay? This is where we are now. This is our Google Sheet here, you see? So we have the survey, we have the choice, and then we have the settings. So it's the same. We have the choices, we have the survey. But the difference here now is that I am using internet in Google Sheet. Remember, Google Sheet is Google product and is hosted in cloud. So right here, I've just removed that information from Excel and I've brought it back here. So it's the same thing. You see up here, we have the label, required, appearance, calculation, relevance, constraint messages, choice filters, and so on and so forth. So now the idea is that I want to connect this form to this Kobotoolbox system. So I'll just come here as usual and I'll click new. So when you look at new here, you find out that we have the option that says build from scratch. We have the option that says template. We have the option that says upload XML form, which is what we did with Excel. Okay. But today we want to use the link. So this link, we are going to be using this link version. Okay. So I'll click this link and then it opens up this option. It says enter a valid XLSM form URL in the field below. Okay. So I'll go back now to my Google Sheet. And when I come here, I want to get that particular link. So once I come here, um, there's an option that says file. I click my file, and then you go to share. Okay. So once you select share here, it says share with others. I can share with others this link, and they go directly to my Google Sheet and they open it and maybe do some changes or add some information. But here now, I want to connect this to Kobotoolbox. I'll go to publish to web. So I'll click my publish to web. So once I open my publish to web, you will see that you have the option that says link, you have the option that says embed. Okay, I'll go to link because I want to link this to my Kobotoolbox. Okay, and then what I will see here now is under this option that says web page. If I have a web page and I want to click this form on my web page, I'll just select this particular link and I paste on the section of my web page. But here now, I don't want to go to my web page. I want to use the version called Microsoft Excel. Remember, Microsoft Excel has the same compatibility with Google Sheet. So I'll click Excel. Okay. So when I click Excel, remember that Kobotoolbox works well with Excel. That's the first thing you must note. So that's why I'm clicking, choosing this, selecting this particular choice, okay, which has been embedded into Google Sheet. And then here now, I'll also come here and choose the entire document. Remember, our document has the survey option, the choices option, and the setting option. So I'll come here and I choose the entire document. Okay. Once I choose this, I also come down here. It has the same option. It says entire document, survey, choices, set, and I choose entire document. Okay. And I come here now and I select this particular URL and I right click and then I copy my link and I bring it here and I paste it, Control V here, okay, and I click import. Now, once I click import, I give it some time. You see what has happened? It has already brought the form inside my Kobotoolbox. I'll come here now. Let's say I'll put demo. That's my description. Your description can be longer, okay? Remember that. And then required, the sector. Let's say education service, and then the country, let's say Cameroon, okay? Cameroon. So select Cameroon. Okay, okay, I'll select Cameroon. Once I select Cameroon now, then I click create project. You see? Wow, here we have our form. And then I'll immediately come and then I review the form. You see, this is the form now. If you look at the previous form that we designed from part 1 to part 5, these are the elements we had. So here we have the name of the student. Okay, we have the name of this. I'll just put Hillary. And then here we know we say whether it's male or female, and whether they have bachelor's or master's or PhD. And then here the age, and then here the number of boys, number of girls, and then if we put something here, it adds up down here. Okay, you see, it adds up down here. So this minus this, okay, and then we can, you see, so 5. Oh, okay. So this minus this, it gives us that based on the option we choose. And then here we said we select multiple, and then here we put the dates. Okay, we can choose any date. What is the dates? And then the time. Okay, and then we have chosen 10 p.m. And then here also what is the time, and then location as well, the GPS. Okay, and then here we also get the project start date and the project end date. Okay, and we said that the project end date cannot be lesser than the project start date. Okay, and then here again we have the age again. I think we put a particular criteria for that age. I don't know if we did validation criteria, but it's okay. And then here we said when we choose Northwest, we should have the division for Northwest, and we choose a division for Northwest, we should have the subdivision for Northwest. If we choose the division of Southwest, we have the division of Southwest. The region of Southwest, we have the division of Southwest. And if we choose the division of Southwest, we should have the subdivision of Southwest. We could do this also for communities under Moyoka and communities under Boya. Okay, so this is how we can design our form using Google Sheet. So we have just linked this form from this Google Sheet here right up to this Kobotoolbox. Okay, and we can still come here into our form builder and then we check the form and then we readjust things right from here within this system right from here. Okay, So this is what I had for you today, guys, and see you soon in another video. Stay blessed. Thank you all so much for coming and watching our video on building Kobotoolbox form using Google Sheet. Please, if you're out there and your organization needs capacity on data management, please, we are always available. Just go down to that link, whether on YouTube or Facebook. We'll see our email there or number. Just contact us through WhatsApp, and we'll be at your service to build the capacity of your team. Or if you are a school and you want us to come there, teach your students, we are always available. Or if you're an organization, you want us to teach your team, we are always available. Stay blessed and ciao, ciao.